What's up guys, Mr. Lee Redden here with episode 6 of the unemployment challenge. I've now done the first section of games in the Irish Premier Division after getting promoted last year. I have to say it's not gone that great, to be fair, so we'll get straight into the fixtures. As you can see, it's gone pretty terrible. We started with a 4-0 home defeat to Sligo Rovers. A Rowan Vine goal in the 16th minute, and then doubled his tally in the 31st minute. Put Sligo 2-0 up going into half time, and then Gavin Pearce in the 54th minute and 66th minute rounded off the victory for Sligo to give him a 4-0 win, and it was a very nice welcome to the Irish Premier Division. It's 26 shots to 13 in their favour. They had 10 on target to my 1. Then followed that up with another 4-0 defeat at Bohemians. What didn't help was Adam O'Connor getting sent off in the 4th minute, and then just 8 minutes later Conor Murphy put Bohemians 1-0 up. The 24th minute Lorcan Shannon doubled the tally for Bohemians, and then just 6 minutes later, right on the half hour mark, Shane Murray scored for Bohemians again and put them 3-0 up at half time. And then going into the second half, a Chris Lyons goal was the only goal of the half to give Bohemians a 4-0 win. Stats wise, it's 13 shots to 14 in my favour. We both had 7 each on target, and it's 56% possession, so 4-0 is a bit of a unfair result almost. I then lost 3-1 at home to Drogheda. Mark Hughes actually put us 1-0 up in the 26th minute, and we went into half time 1-0 up. Unfortunately, we weren't able to hold on as Declan O'Brien equalised for Drogheda 10 minutes into half time from the penalty, 10 minutes into the second half, from the penalty spot. And then just 4 minutes later, Paul Murphy doubled the lead for put Drogheda in front 2-1. And then Lloyd Massey, who I believe they actually signed for me. Let me just check that. Yep, he scored with 3 minutes to go to give Drogheda a 3-1 win and send us to our 3rd straight defeat. It's 12 shots to 5 in Drogheda's favour. They had 7 on target to my 2, 57% possession. We then lost 2-0 at home to Derry City. Mark Griffiths in the 36th minute putting them 1-0 up, and they went into 1-0 at half time. And then with just 15 minutes to go into the second half, Paul Burns doubled Derry's lead and sent us to a 4th defeat in a row. 22 shots to 2 in their favour. They had 8 on target to my none, with 64% possession, so 2-0 is not actually a bad score. And then picked up my very first point in the Irish Premier Division. Ryan Manning putting Salthill 1-0 up in the 6th minute. However, just 20 minutes later, Paul Dunphy pulled Bray level, and we went into half-time 1-1. And second half, despite all of Bray's chances, we ended up drawing 1-1 to get our first point. 15 shots to 5 in their favour. They had 10 on target to my 2, and it's 51% possession to Bray. We then got smashed in the cup by Bohemians 5-2. Chris Lyons put Bohemians 1-0 up in the 14th minute. 8 minutes later, Murphy made it 2-0, and then 2 minutes later they made it 3-0, so it's 3-0 by the 25th minute. We went in 3-0 down. 5 minutes into the second half, Ryan Manning pulled one back for us, so we had a bit of a chance to get something. However, that was pretty much ended just 17 minutes later as Chris Lyons got his second goal of the game, and then 13 minutes later he completed his hat-trick to make it 5-1. Ronan Conlon did pull one back for us in added on time to give us a 5-2 defeat in the first round. 15 shots to 5 in their favour, 10 on target to my 3, and they had 52% possession. We then got our second point of the season, 2-2 draw against Cork. Colin McMiniman, the former Gretna striker I believe, put them 1-0 up in the 19th minute, and right on the half hour mark he made it 2, and we went into 2-0 at half time. However, Ryan Manning in the 49th minute in the second half pulled us level, and in the second minute of added on time, James Hand equalised for us to give our first point from at home. 12 shots to 7 in Cork's favour, 8 shots on target to my 3, and they had 56% possession. We then lost away to fellow promoted team UCD. Williams and Nuble put us 1-0 up in the 23rd minute, and we went into half-time 1-0 up. However, with 5 minutes to go on in the second half, Dean Abebe pulled UCD level, and it was 1-1 until 9 minutes to go when John Flood put UCD in front and then doubled his tally with 5 minutes to go to make it 3-1 to UCD. It's 14 shots to 9 in their favour, 7 on target to my 5, and they had 52% possession. We then followed that up with our first win in the Irish Premier Division, a 2-0 home win against Limerick FC. Ronan Conlon puts 1-0 up in the first minute and doubled his tally just 11 minutes later, and we held out to take our first 3 points. 10 shots each. I had 4 on target to their 3, and they had 51% possession. We then followed that up by losing 3-2 to Shamrock Rovers. Sean O'Connor put Shamrock 1-0 up with just 2 minutes to go before half time, and we went in 1-0 down. We then pulled it level, Ryan Manning equalising for us just 10 minutes into the second half. But we were only level for 5 minutes when Sean O'Connor doubled his tally for the game, and 6 minutes later Stephen O'Donnell made it 3-1. With 6 minutes to go, we managed to make it a squeaky bum time with a Ronan Conlon goal. However, we weren't able to pull anything else out of the bag, and we ended up losing 3-2 to probably, I would say, probably the best team in Ireland, or maybe the second best behind St Patrick's. With 17 shots to 14 in Shamrock's favour. We both had 10 shots each on target, and they had 51% possession. We then followed that up by losing 2-0 home to Dundalk. Martin McGuigan in the 15th minute, and then Ian Jeffson in the 24th, giving Dundalk a 2-0 lead at the half time, and we ended up losing 2-0. 17 shots to 5 in Dundalk's favour. They had 8 on target to my 3, and 55% possession. But we ended off this section with a 3-2 win away somehow at St Patrick's. Mark Hughes put us 1-0 up in the 6th minute. He then made it 2-0 just 3 minutes later, and 3 minutes after that Ronan Conlon had us 3-0 up. 2 minutes after that though, Tom O'Hanlon actually pulled one back for St Patrick's, and we went in 3-1 up at half time. Robbie Gould pulled another goal back for St Patrick's with 24 minutes to go, but somehow we managed to hold on and take our second 3 points of the section. 19 shots to 13 in St Patrick's favour, 8 on target to my 5, and they had 54% possession. So unfortunately it was pretty poor. We only had 2 wins, but we are 11th. For some reason the actual fixtures are all over the place, and I'm not actually sure why. As you can see, you've got Dundalk on 9 games, Limerick on 9 games. Then you've got the likes of me, Bohemians, Drogheda all on 11. So I'm not quite sure why it's out of sync in a moment, but I think it might have had something to do with the Irish All-Ireland Cup, I'm not too sure. But as you can see, you've got Limerick bottom with 5 points, me, UCD on 8 points, but we have dragged back Bray and Drogheda on 10, so that's quite nice. The Irish FA Cup has had the second round draw been done. We've got Malahide United at home in the second round. I think they want us to get to the second round. Let's have a look at my job status. Confidence is 2% job status, but they're saying they're satisfied. So it says they lacks anything there, but they're satisfied with the job so far, and as you can see there it says stable. So the first division is be competitive, which we kind of are, I suppose. Depends on what they class as competitive. Challenge Cup, second round, which is where we started anyway, and Irish, and then League Cup is the first round where we started anyway. So at the moment they're having a really bad reaction to Com Horgan and Eon Powderly, which quite frankly so am I. They've been bloody awful. Adam O'Connor, they're not great details, but they like Ryan Manning for some reason. So we'll go into transfers and have a look at all of them. So you can see I actually brought in only 5. I lost Gareth Cambridge, annoyingly, and Evan Preston Kelly to Shelbourne, and Lloyd Massey to Drogheda, and then one of my youngsters, Dean Curran, to Drumkeen. I brought him Adam O'Connor from Mount Merth, however the hell you say it, Mount Herhen, I believe as I say it. Reports wise potentially has 5-star rating. To be honest, my defence isn't that great. Gerard McGrangan from Fanage United. He's actually really poor now, but he was pretty decent at the start. Fergus Quinn, the defensive midfielder, on a 3. Pretty poor as well. Pat Higgins, 4.5 star. Got him on a 3. He is a attacking midfielder. And Ryan Manning, my striker, who is only 18. They quite rate, to be fair, and he's 5 stars. You can see, star player in the Premier Division. Let's have a look at the finances actually on this section. So we're £8,000 in debt, and I expect us to be £80,000 in debt by the end of the season. Hopefully a decent run in the Senior Challenge Cup could do us some favours. But yeah, so guys, that's it for the first section. It's not been great, to be fair. Hopefully it can get better. If it gets worse, it's going to be horrible. Hopefully we can get a couple of wins in the next section, but we'll have to wait and see. But until then guys, leave some likes, leave some comments and subscribe, would appreciate it all. But tune in next time for the second section of games, as well as the Challenge Cup against Malahide. And until then guys, take it steady.